Oh my goodness, photo mode in Stellar Blade is so crazy good. So in this video, I'm gonna be showing you what you can do with the photo mode in this game and also a little bit about the limitations that I've seen so far. But first things first, how do you actually get into photo mode? Hold the R1 button and then press the left directional button. So in the photo mode, there are 6 tabs. The first one just shows you the camera roll and of course the field of view. And of course, anytime in any kind of tab, you can use R2 and L2 to either raise or lower the camera, move left, right, up and down, and also zoom in and zoom out by using your analog stick. Next one will be the shutter, which includes a depth of field, which you can further customize, and also includes the motion blur intensity, which is very helpful when you're trying to take a picture of Eve while she's doing an action, like an attack or jumping. Next is the display tab. In here, you can actually see the HDR, change the contrast, the exposure, the saturation, the hue, the brightness, and so on. The only problem with this one, for those who are really keen when it comes to photo modes or taking pictures, is that you don't have the curve tool. But if you don't know anything about taking pictures, then the options here would definitely suffice. Now, if you're the one who likes to add frames or stickers in your photos, then the next tab is actually for you. So in this decorations tab, you can actually set your frames and or add stickers, which could be the logo of Stellar Blade or pictures of some of the characters here and there, or even other kinds of logos. And to take note, you can add up to 5 of those stickers or logos. And the last thing in this tab is also the vignette, if you really want to put more focus on certain parts of Eve. Anyways, the second to the last tab is probably the one that you are most excited about, and that includes the poses and as well as the facial expressions. So technically there is a variety of poses that you can have Eve do. So let's take a look at them. Interestingly enough, there's only one sitting position. I don't know why, but maybe they will be able to add more in the coming updates. But what do you guys think? What kind of pose do you want to see added for Eve? Let me know in the comments down below. As for the facial expressions, we also do have some variety, but we cannot further customize those. Like for example, if you want Eve to be winking, it's only her left eye that is winking. But what they actually have or make up for that is the look at camera option. So as you can see, you can now have Eve look into your soul in every picture, just like this. Aside from that, there's also this option where you can have her eyes fixed in one direction, and that is the fixed line of sight. So this is where you want Eve to like look at the horizon or something like that, while of course capturing the different angle of Eve. And last but not least, the tab that I did not expect to have is the lighting tab. And this is not just the whole environment or not just the world lighting brightness, but it's where you can add up to 3 lighting sources. So just like what you can actually see here, you can move that lighting source around. You can even make it bigger or put it like in your face style for Eve. But not just that, you can also customize it and change the color, the spread. If you want to put in some shadows or not, it's up to you. And this is what makes this photo mode even look better. And here's me fiddling around with the lighting and of course the color, which I really did have fun. Anyways, if you are actually wondering, can you take a photo mid-battle, mid-fight, mid-action? The answer is definitely yes. The only thing that I'm not sure is if you can take a picture while the cutscene is going on. But If you know, let me know in the comments down below. Going back, here's an example of when I took a photo right in the middle of the battle. Of course, you can still see the blood and even the gold nugget-ish thing over there. And with that said, you can of course fully customize your character, or rather, you can fully customize Eve in this state. The only problem is if you do change the body position or the body pose, then it will definitely look really weird. But it's not just Eve that will look weird, but also the enemies that you actually fight. Just look at this one. So let's talk about the weird stuff and probably like the limitations of the photo mode so far. And one of them is simply you can't really zoom in to actually see the finer details of Eve, just like this one. So yeah, you can't really zoom in, so you'll just have to work with that. Another limitation I found is regarding water. So if you jump, let's say like this one, and you are down under, your camera is still up, you cannot go down. And of course, if you dive down, the camera will follow you, but it will always stay underwater. That means you cannot move up. Another limitation which I really found like the biggest so far is with Lily and Adam. If you were able to notice, when it comes to the poses, you can also fiddle around with the poses of these two other characters. But you're limited in such a way where you can not move them, but only Eve. In other words, if you want to take an angled photo like this one, the poses that Lily and Adam can do will depend on where their body is facing and not where their head is looking at. And before I forget, you can only have them or change their poses if they're actually in the same area as you. So if you are outside, like doing the dungeons or in the open world, yeah, you cannot have them join you in that photo. So going back over here, again, I say that I'm lucky because Lily is somehow kind of already looking at me. But the biggest problem now is the way she poses. The V is in a different direction as compared to Eve. And also, take a look at Adam. We can't move Adam closer to us. So as of the moment, it's impossible to have both Adam and Lily in a photo, in a proper photo. This one is not a photo because just take a look. Adam is at the back doing weird poses, not looking at the camera at all. Anyways, I also tried it with Kaya, and luckily Kaya was already looking at me. Of course, with Kaya, she is not part of the feature, so you can't have her change her pose or her expression. I'm just lucky that she's looking at me, but at the same time, I was able to still take a good photo because of my proper positioning before taking the photo. And I just want to add, yes, that is a no ponytail Eve. I'm so happy they added that. And the last thing that I'm very happy about is now you get to see and take a photo of the fusion state. If you're wondering what that is, it's this one. Crazy, right? Anyways, if you want to see more tips and tricks and as well as talking more about the update for Stellar Blade, you can check out my other videos over here. If not, you can always check out my other videos over here. By the way, my name is Dark, and I hope that I'll see you again next time.